am at a place where actually all the protests have started. I am at the a busy junction of Islamabad or intersection that is called the Faizabad. So at the moment there are considerable number of protesters still present a day after Pakistani police launched a crackdown against these protesters. But that crackdown has not appeared to have failed, because I can see that still people are coming and joining this mass protest right now going on here. Also, interestingly, the situation otherwise is very tense, but at this venue, things are quite normal. People are coming in, coming out. There are no security officials present here because they have been pushed back to even their previous positions. So this entire area has been actually under the control of these protesters. I can also hear the speakers making fiery speeches, making their statements and renewing their demands. I've spoken to a couple of protesters here, and they said that the government now cannot deter them from this movement until and unless their demands are met.
So, Kamran, what are their demands? And are these protests tapping into something much deeper than just the potential changes to the parliamentary oath?
Well, on face of it, these protesters led by firebrand cleric Khadim Hussain Rizvi is demanding the resignation of the law minister because of the controversy related to the finality of the prophethood. But there are critics who believe that this is much more than this issue, because this group, Tehreek-e-Labbaik Ya Rasulullah, recently contested by-elections where they got considerable number of votes, and those votes were previously given to the ruling Pakistan Muslim League. So this is also one of the issues here. Many people believe that this protest is actually aimed at the upcoming elections. So all sorts of speculations right now at the moment here. But of course, for the government and of course for the larger public here, their immediate concern is that how this should be put an end, because this has virtually paralyzed the life of people and the routine business in the capital, Islamabad. And since the government has taken action against these protesters, this has spread to other parts of Punjab province, making business very difficult.
And there was a high-level security meeting held today. What was the outcome of that meeting?
Certainly, there was a high-level meeting attended by the country's Prime Minister, the Army Chief, and the Intelligence Chief. The outcome of the meeting was that the Army has made it clear that they are not going to take on these protesters, because if we recall last night, the government called in the army troops to maintain law and order. They accepted the request, but they made it clear that they will only protect the public buildings like the Parliament House, the Foreign Office, or the diplomatic missions, but they are not going to be part of any crackdown against these protesters. The word from the military is that this is not a political issue, this is a religious matter. So it is better that the government should pursue negotiations. So at the moment, it appears that the army's view has prevailed, and now the focus is more on resolving this issue through dialogue.